Let me describe the audience what a Jewish mystic is.
A Jewish mystic is a rabbi who writes about prayer or writes about mystical Judaism to a point where it's almost like rapture. And that's what I discovered. In my searches, I had come across books by St. John of the Cross and St. Francis. And even though I wasn't Catholic, these saints were incredible to me. They talked about really communing with God. And I wanted that. I wanted real Christianity, not just play Christian. And when I read these Jewish mystics, they talked about rapture and union with God. And I thought, oh man, they're talking about the same thing that these Catholic mystics are talking about, that St. John of the Cross was writing about. And I thought, maybe there's something to this Catholic Church, because I couldn't give up the idea of Jesus being the Messiah. So I went to my rabbi and I said, Rabbi, I loved what I'm learning, and I loved learning Judaism, and thank you, but I can't deny that Jesus is the Messiah, and I have to return. And he said, all right, go your way. And I did. And I went home and I opened up a phone book and I looked up a Catholic bookstore. And it's a bookstore called Catholic Footsteps in Hesperia, California. And I called them up, and the owner is a guy named Victor Claveau. I didn't know it at the time, but he's a nationwide apologist. Okay, and I called him up and I said, listen, I've been filled with anti-Catholic stuff. I'm a Jewish Christian, and I just want answers to my Catholic questions. And he said, write them down. So I wrote down a list of 20 questions. I called it Bob Fishman's Top 20. And they were everything from, why do you worship statues? Why do you worship Mary? All the usual stuff that you hear. And I just wrote it all down and went down there. And he helped me with every one of those questions. And I learned about tradition. I had never known that. All the churches I was in was, it was in the Bible. If it's not in the Bible, we don't believe it. And that was it. I never knew that we had writings from the guys who were students of Paul, students of Peter and John, knew what they looked like. And I thought, this is incredible. This is a whole side of Christianity I never knew. All I ever got was Genesis to Revelation, and that was it. I never knew about these guys, and when I learned, that's when I thought, oh man, this is beautiful. The Catholic Church isn't a Bible-based church. The Bible is a Catholic book. Catholics were a church way before the Bible was even put down. And I thought, man, I have to become a Catholic. And I went through RCIA, and after RCIA, I came out and I decided to do what's called the Grand Slam, baptized, and I got re-baptized because the church wasn't sure, because of when I was baptized and how I was baptized, if it was right. So my father said, just do it again. So I said, great, I want to anyway, and I did, and I became Catholic, and I still love learning, and it's every day is beautiful, in the church.
Well,